we used to catch a lot of fish, but now it has decreased. Nowadays, we don't catch much fish. Before, the fishing used to be done very close to the coast, and we fished very close to Cotonou. But now we have to go far to find fish.
The effort you make in catching an S quantity of fish before is no longer what it is today, because the catch is going down.
A lot of fishing activities there is dying off. Many fishermen have abandoned fishing. Baga Fish Market is the largest smoked fish market in the West African region. But if you go to that market today, you discover that onion has taken over the entire market.
The reason for this is simple but complex. The demand for fish and fish products has increased astronomically, especially since its benefit as the best source of animal protein was confirmed.
The size of the ocean hasn't increased since it was created somehow. But the numbers of people, the population of every country in Africa has gone up. And the people that want to eat fish, including those people that have been catching fish traditionally, their numbers have also increased. So therefore the numbers of boats, the numbers of nets have all increased against the limited sizes that we have in the oceans, but also the limited capacity of the both fish. Just like any living organism, it needs to reproduce itself. The fish, they will lay eggs, and the eggs will hatch into baby fish. Those fish must be given time to grow and become big fish. And those fish must also, lay eggs and continue. So if we break that cycle, it means that we are catching more fish than the fish can grow, than the fish can breed itself.
The quest to meet this demand has led to increasing competition for access to fishery resources between foreign and national fleets, as well as artisanal and industrial fishing.
The vessels, fishing vessels, do, let me say, sometimes they do take our net. They do take our net and everything. Sometimes if they take the net, we follow them. Sometimes they do give us light fish, and then we make a case to buy our net. Sometimes if we go there, even they never look our face.
The consequence of this competition is the overexploitation of especially the marine sources in West Africa. The World Wildlife Federation says West Africa has lost half of its deep-sea fish stock in the last 2 decades. Restocking does not match the current pace of catches. Some species are reported to be on the brink of extinction. The major culprit is a phenomenon known as illegal, unregulated and unreported fishing, which is going overboard and threatening the region's fishery resources. Trawlers from various countries are illegally entering the waters as they have open access.
Illegal fishing, of course, is supposed to be punishable, because according to the law, catching fish and being unauthorized is illegal.
Yes, we encounter such cases where some boats come to steal our resources, especially on the high seas or in the area of the tuna fish, where there is a stream of cold water. There we meet a lot of illegal boats who fish and steal our resources. Usually we report to the authorities about the presence of these vessels. 3 or 4 years ago, if I recall, around August-September, we had counted about 40 vessels from outside who came to fish for tuna here.
There are other fundamental challenges such as climate change as well as unwholesome fishing practices that cannot be ignored and are impacting negatively on the fishing sector in the region.
Take, for example, the use of fishing nets that have small mesh sizes. With such means of nets, the cropped fish of various sizes, even the under-table sizes, are cropped.
However, the greatest threat is this illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. The situation has not been helped by inadequate governance on the part of countries in the region. Sometimes fishing agreements are lopsided, and at other times the countries do not have the technology and the resources to properly monitor such agreements. Many ECOWAS member states cannot even police their coastline, and pirate ships exploit this weakness massively.
Anybody can just pick up a boat and a net go and catch fish. There's no limited access because, well, everybody think that fish is a resource that is given to them and anybody can just go there. And so until we address this issue of open access, we are going to continue to have problems.
If you look at the fisheries industry, it's really scattered. By scattered, I mean there are no interlinkages, there's no integration. Every unit or subsector seems to be acting independently. Now, because of that, we're losing a lot. And you know, fisheries is a natural resource. When there's no control and no integration, other people can poach in and take this natural resource. We are incurring a lot of losses because of this incoherence.
A lot of fishing activity goes on in the inland waterways, but most times it is for domestic consumption and the catch can hardly meet the domestic demand. Even here, there are challenges, though of a different nature.
The fishermen are faced with difficulties on how to acquire the fishing implements. Take, for example, the fishing crabs, the boats, the engine boats, and the fishing nets. Due to poverty that is so rampant within the region, most of them are not able to afford this. Some go to the extent of hiring these implements for utilization, and it's not good enough. It doesn't work better for good performance.
The fishery sector in West Africa is not yet in the doldrums, but it may sink to that level unless there is a visionary intervention. 2 institutions have been working on such interventions to ensure that the fishing sector is properly managed, but they have not been serving the region as a bloc. The Sub-Regional Fisheries Commission, with headquarters in Dakar, draws membership primarily from 7 countries: Cape Verde, Gambia, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, Senegal, and Sierra Leone. These countries lose about $300 million yearly to illegal fishing. Through the mechanism of the Commission, these countries now have a framework in place to fight back through the Convention on Maritime Pursuit. Through these, pirate ships can be pursued and arrested when they seek refuge in other territorial waters.
The Commission has contributed a lot in the management of our resources, because in 1993 we signed a convention on hot pursuit, which where, you know, if a vessel commits an offense in the Gambia, the Gambian Navy or Marine can follow it in the other waters of other countries, especially the nearest is Senegal. And our minister signed the minimum condition, the convention on the minimum condition of access, which, you know, now if you want to go to the Gambia to have a license, you have to follow the same procedure as also in Guinea or member states of the Commission. And also we have what we call a monitoring and surveillance unit, which is a decentralized unit which is based in Banjul.
La Commission développe des cadres de concertation et appuie les États en la matière.
The Commission develops a consultational framework and supports states in this field. This is in total the experiences we have, and we are putting in place a database which includes data on fishing zones in general and supervision zones, but also all the data relating to commerce in the sub-region. And I believe that all these data and experiences can be shared with the remaining states of ECOWAS, and we are ready to cooperate with ECOWAS in this framework.
Since the Sub-Regional Fisheries Commission does not cover the whole of West Africa, in 2007, the Fishery Commission of the states of West Central Gulf of Guinea was established to cater for the countries not covered. Its members are Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, and Togo.
You know, when we are talking about governance, we have all the instruments of management of fisheries, all of the measures that we have to undertake and initiate to manage our water resources for a sustainability manner. We have also all the measures that we use to combat illegal fisheries. And also we have the capacity building for the people working in the fisheries sectors. We deal also with statistics. We know, before talking about fisheries, we do know what is the the percentage of production that we